What's up, guys? Just Oliver 68 here, bringing you my July 27, 2013 WWE Raw review. Alright, let's get the useless shit out of the way, and then I'll talk about the meats and bones of this Monday Night Raw. And also, I'm going to talk about some Total Divas, because I actually watched the show, and I'm going to give you my true, honest thoughts about Total Divas tonight. So, let's get started with the matches where the Shield took on the Usos and Mark Henry. And what I said is like, okay, Mark Henry, you're built as the world's strongest man, okay? He's built as the world's strongest man, and yet he can't take on the Shield by himself. And the Shield is comparatively smaller than the Straight Edge Society, so how in the blue hell is Mark Henry not able to take the Shield on by himself? It makes no sense to me. Big Show was able to beat the Straight Edge Society by himself, and Mark Henry seems like a legit monster. He could beat the Shield by himself, but it ends up where the Shield ends up winning the match by pinning Mark Henry. And it's like, to me, it's like, okay, why do you pin fucking Mark Henry out of all people? I mean, I understand you want to keep the Usos safe, but Mark Henry even didn't sold that shit. Like, he got right up and he was still kicking the Shield's ass. So, to me, it made no fucking sense. Rob Van Dam beats in Fandango. What a surprise by fucking count out, because Fandango, all he's good for is dancing, pretty much kicking people in the face, doing one little handstand, and then leaving the goddamn ring. This is one of the worst characters I'm seeing. Ever since his concussion, they just have never been able to catch up with that fire that Fandango had going for them. He just literally took like 29 steps backwards. He's back to the days where he just came out and said his name, because that's all he really said after the damn match. Caitlyn and AJ Lee used to be a pay-per-view quality match. Now it's took on Monday Night Raw. And hell, look at this. Caitlyn didn't even get a damn entrance, and she won this match. Do I really care about Caitlyn and AJ Lee? Hell no. I found Total Divas way more entertaining in the 1 hour I saw of it, and the 2-minute coming up on Total Divas segment, more entertaining than the past 3 months of AJ and Caitlyn. Okay? Like, okay, yeah, they had one good match at Money in the Bank. Not Money in the Bank, at the pay-per-view before that, Payback. They had one good match. That one good match does not make up for the quality of fucking shit we have to sit through every fucking week. I'm sorry. It does not make up for it. That quality of bullshit with the fat jokes and the crazy jokes and it's just way too much bullshit for me. And then this leads to Dolph Ziggler coming out, and he wants to challenge Big E Langston. Match sucked. AJ jumps on Dolph Ziggler's back, and she's like, oh my god, and then making Dolph Ziggler look like a total bitch. That's what she's doing, making Dolph Ziggler look like a total ass bitch. This girl is jumping on him, pulling his damn hair and everything, and he's not even trying to fight back. He's just like, go away, let me grab your tits a little bit. Like seriously, every time he does this shit, he looks like he's just trying to grab her fucking boobies for a little bit. Like, holy fucking shit. What is going on? Like, nothing interesting really on this episode. So we got Wade Barrett versus Cody Rhodes. Okay, you know, Cody Rhodes wins the match. They build up of what happened on SmackDown. And Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes is a great mid-card feud right now. Well, better than most mid-card feuds. When you get piled with shit throughout the mid-card in the past couple years, it's very hard to find good mid-card feuds. So this is a pretty good mid-card feud that we have going right now. But the thing is, to myself, I'm saying, you know how much better this mid-card feud would have been if Rhodes Scholars actually was a great tag team? Because this feud, it could be better. It could be a lot better. But Rhodes Scholars was never a great tag team. Like, these guys never had great chemistry as a tag team because they never won shit as a tag team. So you're trying to make us, the viewing audience, you know, be like, oh yeah, they were best friends. Like, yeah, they tag team with each other, but what made them best friends? This is not like Miz and Morrison, where these guys were like dominating the tag team division. These dudes are just kind of like, yeah, you know, they were best friends. They hanged out a lot, but I don't see where that friendship formed. They didn't do shit as a tag team. I mean, how does that help the tag team morale if the tag team keeps losing? To me, not really. Really, like, it's a good storyline, but like I said, bad execution all the way out. Christian beat out Roberto Del Rio via roll-up. Yeah, let's just move on. And let's see, Brie Bella and Natalya had a Total Divas match, which I was surprised Total Divas is actually a good show if you haven't seen it yet. Curtis Axel beat R-Truth, but then afterwards CM Punk came running down, baby. he was sick and tired of Paul Heyman, and he's gonna beat Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Oh boy. Alright. I think I got through the bullshit of most of the show. Well, not the CM Punk stuff was actually kind of good, and I did like the Cody Rhodes and Sandow stuff. So those were some highlights of the show. But let's get to the meats and bones. So the opening of Raw is pretty much like Vince McMahon mad at Brad Maddox for having Daniel Bryan be the #1 contender. But it turns out, Daniel Bryan comes out and Vince is like, "Oh, you think Cena chose you and because he respects you and all this other stuff? No, Cena chose you because he knows he can beat you. And I don't like John Cena." And like Vince is like, apparently he's mad at Cena and mad at Bryan. He's just pretty much tearing down Daniel Bryan, calling him a fucking troll and all this stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, why is Vince having to get involved to the Cena and Bryan feud? And this is the problem. It's like, I get it. Vince McMahon and Daniel Bryan did a great opening segment. I'm not saying it was bad or anything, but why is Vince involved into the fucking feud? He doesn't need to be involved with the fucking feud. Like, this should just be Daniel Bryan and Cena. It does nothing to build up the animosity between Bryan and Cena. If only anything, it's just to have Vince McMahon out there just because he's Vince McMahon, so people are kind of interested into the feud. That's pretty much what they're doing. They're just like, well, we can't really find a way to make this shit interesting, so let's just throw Vince out there. That's pretty much what WWE is telling me, that they can't find a way to make Cena and Bryan interesting, so they have Vince come out there. And I understand, yes, Bryan, a backstage segment with Cena who's like, Vince was like, even though he's mean to me, he's telling the truth. Are you telling the truth, Cena? And it caused a little bit of animosity, but that animosity should have been caused by John Cena himself. John Cena should have been the one to initially cause the animosity, not Vince McMahon. This should have been John Cena's work. That's what makes feuds great. I mean, if Vince was just a side role in this feud, like if he just came up and he wasn't a main factor why Daniel Bryan's doubting John Cena, I would have been fine with that, where he came out and said he doesn't want, Daniel Bryan or Cena to be WWE champion. If he's doing that with Brad Maddox like he did in the backstage segment with Triple H and stuff, I would think that would be perfect. That's a perfect role for Vince McMahon to have it where he's just saying that. But why is he saying that to Daniel Bryan and saying that where John Cena is not in the damn ring? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. And, Daniel Bryan's facing Kane later tonight. And the highlight of that segment is when Vince McMahon said, "I hope there's no winner at SummerSlam. I hope you and John Cena explode into particles of dust." Oh, God, that was the highlight of that segment. I thought it was the funniest line I've heard in Vince in years. From Vince in years, I should say. So now we move on forward to Daniel Bryan and Kane. Daniel Bryan and Kane, okay, good match. Daniel Bryan wins, but this is the stupidity of the motherfucking WWE. Daniel Bryan ends up winning the match, and just because Kane has been booked like a fucking joke for the past year, like as a joke character, I should say, as a joke character in the past year, they have him chokeslam the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. He chokeslams the #1 contender. Daniel Bryan's going to face John Cena at SummerSlam, and he ends up looking like a little bitch after winning a big match against Kane, just because Kane's angry at the Wyatt family. And not only that, you have the Wyatt family come out and beat up Kane, and also Daniel Bryan pretty much no-sold that chokeslam. The chokeslam doesn't look vicious anymore because Daniel Bryan got up literally 30 seconds later. When normally, when someone gets chokeslammed, that takes a commercial break for those motherfuckers to get out of the ring. Oh, God. The little things matter in professional wrestling, people. And the Wyatt family comes out, and really, to be honest, I am a fan of the Wyatt family, but I'm going to be dead honest. Them feuding with Kane does not have me fucking interested. Kane, like I said, has been a joke character for over a damn year. And now all of a sudden he's this big red machine again, this big red monster. Kane hasn't been the big red monster since fucking 2004. This is a joke. I'm sorry. Bray Wyatt should be in a better situation than Kane. Yeah. Like, I like Kane. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Kane. But this is a joke, man. This is such a joke. Cena versus Ryback in a tables match. Now, they had a segment beforehand where Ryback was beating up some poor little security guy, or not security guy, backstage guy, to a tuna fish sandwich. And someone said on Twitter, like, oh, this is like Ryback's fourth gimmick in a year and a half. And it's like, yeah, it is. It's pretty fucking sad that Ryback can't stay with the gimmick. Cena ends up winning the match, and Daniel Bryan comes into the ring, and he's pretty much looking at the title belt, kind of like a la Batista in 2004, late 2004 with Triple H. And then he ends up giving the title to Cena, and woo, everybody loves everybody. Well, Daniel Bryan was looking at the title and looking at Cena bad, so there must be something going on here. Overall, this Raw sucked, people. I don't know what to say about it. It just sucked. It was not an entertaining show, maybe because it was taped and most people already looked up the results beforehand. The crowd noise sucked because it was all pumped-in noise from SmackDown 2002. And all honesty, this show, like, storyline-wise, was alright. Booking-wise, was terrible. Little things were fucking ruined on the show. I don't know. Tomorrow I got a Q&A, so if you want to send in questions for the Q&A, you know what to do. Just inbox me on YouTube. Got that Q&A coming out for you guys. Starting up the AFC previews. The first one should be posted on Friday, because before the snap.com, my football website that I own, is going to be up and running and stuff like that. So I'm going to have articles written with those previews. The first division I'm going to preview. I'm doing division previews because people said it would be easier for that. So I'm going to be division previews. The first division I'm previewing is AFC West. And the videos are kind of dated, so I might have to go refilm them. So I probably will do that, but just know that the first talk about football on my channel will be Friday. Chase and Allen will be uploaded on Tuesday as well, tomorrow as well. So if you guys like the Chase and Allen series, we talk about TNA and WWE pretty much, mostly TNA in that episode. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys like me, you can subscribe by clicking the little icon or down below. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. Comment down below your thoughts on WWE Monday Night Raw. You can either like or dislike this video, whatever suits your preference. And I'm pretty much out of here. So, Randy Orton for WWE Champion, and you know it's going to happen, folks. Later. Peace!